Alright, let me ask this question because
let's get into
it's getting deep. What are the potential contributing factors to the high levels of anxiety and depression among black women? And how can we as men support them? It's a big one.
It's a big one. If I give an answer to that, what contributing factors? There's finance, there's health, there's systemic racism, there's employment, there's sexism.
There's so much.
There is misogyny. There is social media, social conditioning. So anxiety is for some women is just literally a fear, and because anxiety is facts. So, but what anxiety does is take the facts and distort them, enlarge them.
Yeah.
So, for example, I don't have enough money. That's truth. But then anxiety comes when now you just only focus solely on the money, and therefore it turns into depression. Now you can't leave your house when you've got no money.
Yes.
So now how do you get your way up? So your capacity to deal with the day-to-day thing just goes smaller and smaller and diminishes more and more. So whatever's facing for our black women, it's so much. It's such a hard question to answer because it's so vast and varies from woman to woman. What could affect me could affect someone else differently. Whether that's the fact that she turns to the GP and that she's not seen, whether she's pushed in a certain way, which is devalued at home, whether she's forced people to always want something from her at different stages. So it's the roles sometimes I'm finding black women have to play.
Yeah.
And then as well as being that as well for everybody else, she's oftentimes doesn't find it for herself. So as hard as it is, but for us men, how to support them, I think we'll be honest. Learn ourselves, what's our role we want? What do we want from our black women?
Right.
And ask them, how can I support you? Have the question, because I don't think for men that we talk enough.
No, we don't.
There's expectation that we want from women, but I think I said it the other day when sometimes where I think it was at church where the conversation was for single women, what do you want? So women, I want this in a man, I want this in a man, and so forth. Okay, brilliant. Now you become that list.
Truth.
And vice versa, what a woman wants, what the man wants, a woman, I want she got to be thick and she got to be smart, and so forth. Say, okay, now you become that list. You become that. I said the only thing I wanted from my wife was her. I didn't need her to come cook, clean, to iron clothes. I'm good with all that. The only thing I just didn't have is a woman. Her perspective, her strength, her annoying ways at times. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. You know, I think about focusing on fathers, because Miki brought up, obviously Miki's a father, and thinking about this issue of anxiety that, daughters might have, as fathers, and I'll use my cousins as an example, right? They have low self-esteem because of the way they look. And their father is not in their life. He's gone up and started a whole other family. I've tried to be present there, but as fathers, what are some of the things that we need to, well, not we, people, but we're fathers, we need to start really zoning in on to be able to, it's almost to almost be able to preempt them even get into the anxiety stage. What are some of the key things that you would advise fathers to be present on?
But remember, sometimes anxiety could also be chemical imbalance.
Okay,
literally. So the brain is like a car sometimes. And it may not just work for whatever reason, whether you've overstressed yourself, whether you bumped it, whether you had a trauma, whatever, and your brain may malfunction. So whether the medication works, okay, great. It may be simply that. I'm not diminishing the actual medical field, but what I do find is sometimes it's very easy to over-medicate.
Okay.
It's very easy sometimes for a GP to, hey, well, have you tried this and have that? I was talking to a colleague on Wednesday, and she went through a rough torrid time when she was younger, and she said, Leon, one of the things that I didn't like was the fact that no one wanted to do talking therapy. All they wanted to do is medicate me all the time, quite quick like that. It's very quick, and it's almost like that takes away the very notion of doing some work. And I just wanted to talk, listen, no, try this and go away and come back. So for one of the fathers, it's to always affirm, especially girls, affirm.
I like that, affirmation.
It's, but then ask yourself as a man, when somebody tells you, hey, you're doing good, or give you a certain, how do you feel?
How do you feel?
Right. So checking what you're feeling. So imagine you now being a young, impressionable girl in a world of transitions of looks and filters and so forth. Let them know that they are good enough. Always. Always. And they may not even feel it. And I said to my daughter, say, you appreciate what we're doing now because you're good enough.
Yeah.
And understand, have the conversation with you now. Check in with yourself. Yeah, you talk about my feelings. Of course I do tell you that. Don't hold on to stuff. It's like you holding to a hot potato. Hold it, darling. Now, if you hold to those negative feelings, those thoughts about yourself, they will burn you.
That's great. That's dope. That's dope. And just staying on this concept of affirmation, let's now bring it from father to daughter dynamic to husband and wife dynamic. Black man married to a black woman. How does that apply across in terms of supporting our wives in that space? So they're dealing with anxiety throughout life. How
Learn yourself though. Why is your wife dealing with anxiety? What's going on for you at the same time? How do you cope with anxiety? Do you shut yourself down? Do you let her deal with her own? Do you go watch TV, football, sports, PlayStation, go out with friends, whatever? What's going on? How secure does she feel?
Okay.
How secure? Why does she feel anxiety? Does she feel anxiety? Understand, does she feel anxiety at home? Does she feel it at work? Does she feel it because of the children? Does she feel anxiety because she's feeling a situation where she may not be good enough? Is she projecting a thought process about herself widely to something else? Because there's a truth in why she's feeling anxiety and anxious, but the reason is why she's feeling anxious.
Yes.
How do we get to the root of that? It doesn't come from nowhere, it's rooted somewhere.
Yeah, that's a deep root.
So whether she can't talk to you, hey babes, maybe I can't support you. How can I support you? Let me know. Have a conversation. If she shuts you out, okay, maybe not now. Let me come back later on.
Yes.
But then you've got to be patient with the process. Oh, I did try. You can't, but we try to tap my body.
Is it a come in on that one?
But on that though, how do you build an environment that she can be safe enough to talk
To actually talk
Together.
Yeah.
She needs to build it for me and I need to build it for her.
Just simply ask the questions. It's like you stop dating, it feels like, when people stop talking. So you've got to have a conversation. And the thing about it, you've got to be vulnerable enough to show your scars. That's the thing about it.
You're touching on some bits, Mr.
Covered
Mary.
wounds don't heal well. Remember that if you cover a wound in a relationship from way in the past and it's there, and you cover it and you don't clean it, it turns septic.
Jeez.
So you've got to open. Oh, it's messy. Of course it's messy. Because the reason why you've got to open it, clean the wound out, and start again. Covered wounds don't heal well.